यार सब लोग बोल रहे हैं न्यू नॉर्मल है क्या ये न्यू नॉर्मल? कोई बोलता है न्यू नॉर्मल ये होगा, कोई बोलता है वो होगा, लेकिन सही में क्या होगा? आई एम श्योर आपके पास भी ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे होंगे, सो लेट अस सिंप्लीफाई इट फॉर यू। लॉकडाउन धीरे धीरे खुल रहा है, but the danger of corona is not gone. कोरोना वायरस ने हमारी लाइफस्टाइल और हेल्थ पैरामीटर्स हमेशा के लिए बदल दिए हैं। अब ये अच्छा है या बुरा, ये तो वक्त ही बताएगा। बट चेंज आसान नहीं होता, और वो भी तब जब खतरा नजर ही ना आए। So, to help you prepare and embrace the new normal life after lockdown and take the best possible care, Team Sense brings you health experts, nutritionists, wellness guides, and real life stories of new tomorrow. हम हर रोज न्यूज में दुनिया के बढ़ते केसेस देखते हैं, लेकिन एक ऐसी कंट्री है जहां केसेस तो बहुत हुए, बट अब उन्होंने वायरस को कंट्रोल कर लिया है। एंड बाय डूइंग दैट, दिस कंट्री हैज गिवन अस होप दैट इट इज नॉट इम्पॉसिबल टू कंट्रोल कोरोना वायरस। यस, दैट कंट्री इज साउथ कोरिया। आज हम साउथ कोरिया में रहने वाले एक इंडियन कपल से बात करेंगे, ज्योति भारवानी, जो कि एक होम मेकर है, एंड लाल भारवानी, अ बिजनेसमैन who played a significant role in supplying masks to countries like South Africa and US as well through his import-export business. इनकी लाइफ बैक टू नॉर्मल है और सेफ भी। ये एपिसोड स्पेशली इसलिए है ताकि हम इनसे पूछ पाएं कि लॉकडाउन के बाद वाली दुनिया कैसी है और हम कैसे सेफ रह सकते हैं। वेलकम एंड थैंक यू फॉर कमिंग ऑन आवर शो।
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Yash, Chaju ko thank you bolna band karo. It is always a pleasure to share with you the message that yes, despite of the threat of corona, despite of the threat of an invisible enemy, there still is a hope. South Koreans have displayed a very good example to themselves, to the world, that yes, they have not been able to conquer corona, but they have to live with corona and to control corona, as you rightly said. But ये सब एक आदमी से नहीं होगा, ये सिर्फ एक गवर्नमेंट से नहीं होगा। इसके लिए तो हर एक इंसान को साथ सहकार देना पड़ेगा, नए लाइफ के नॉर्म्स को समझना पड़ेगा। इस पे फतेह जो होगी सब मिलजुल के ही हासिल होगी।
Right. Great. So that's true. And on the same lines, we want to know कि South Korea में तो लॉकडाउन हुआ नहीं. So how did you guys stay safe when the cases were still high and the numbers were still increasing?
First of all, for me as a homemaker, we need to run to the supermarkets. We need to get our stuff. So we stopped that for a while. We did this contactless payments. We did, home delivery. Now again, the fear was, it stays on surfaces. We used to again wash the products. We used to try our best. If anybody used to enter the home, I used to sanitize. And yes, if I had to go outside, I used to definitely wear a mask. And mask became more of an etiquette of a respect for each other. I protect myself, I protect you. So that was the main thing, which is, I think, very strong over here.
Okay.
Yeah, unwanted travel, तो सब लोगों ने बंद कर दी.
Yeah, no going to restaurants, nothing. We stopped. Actually, we stopped. Yeah.
And if they were going, they were responsible enough to maintain social distancing, to wear masks. Apart from the great effort that Korean government did.
So now that the worst is behind you, tell us something कि आपका routine कैसे change हुआ है after corona. So let me just start with the office. What is the scene there? Do people still eat together? क्या वो the tea breaks, the lunch breaks, are they still happening? And office में रह के कैसे लोग social distancing obey कर रहे हैं?
ऑफिसेज ने अपने टाइमिंग्स चेंज कर दिए। जितने लोगों को वर्क फ्रॉम होम करना है, ऑब्वियसली वो वर्क फ्रॉम होम प्रिंसिपल किक्ड इन। बट जैसे जैसे थोड़ी थोड़ी चीजें कंट्रोल में आती गई, तो स्पेशली जो स्टाफ सेल्स में है या जिसको डायरेक्ट इंटरेक्ट करना है कस्टमर के साथ में, जो ऑनलाइन ऑपरेट नहीं कर सकता है, वर्क फ्रॉम होम नहीं कर सकता है, तो ऐसे लोगों ने पहले काम करना शुरू किया। एंड अभी तो हम देख रहे हैं कि more people are joining, more than 50% are already coming to office. हाँ, आपकी ये बात ठीक है कि जब ये बोला कि are they eating lunches together, but yes, उसमें lunches अगर कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उसमें lunches में they are very much observing social distancing. जैसे आप पहले कैंटीन में लंच पे जाते थे तो लोग आमने सामने बैठते थे, अब ये हो गया है कि everybody is facing the other person's back. जैसे आप क्लासरूम में कैसे बैठते हो, और लंच को स्प्रेड आउट कर दिया। जैसे 12 बजे का यहाँ का नॉर्मल लंच टाइम है, तो सारे लोग 12 बजे नहीं निकलते, कुछ 12 बजे निकलते हैं, कुछ 12:15 को, 12:30 को,
in batches.
in batches. Yeah.
So tell us something about the new normal that you see in malls and movie theaters. वहाँ पे I think बंद भी नहीं हुए थे, but how have the people accommodated the new change?
लोगों ने खुद अपने आप डिस्टेंस कमती किया, बाहर जाना कमती किया, एकदम नेसेसरी होता है तो ही जाके शॉपिंग किया. It was not like, we have to just do what we used to do regularly. That was, of course, definitely diminished.
Malls are full, parks are full, everywhere it is full, but people are wearing masks. And when you spoke about cinemas or any such places, then where they can control it, so they are not selling 100% tickets. They are spreading the plan. 500 people's capacity, they will only do 250. Yes, they've been sanitizing all malls, all escalator railings, anything that people touch. Every day it is being sanitized very religiously. So that effort is there.
And what about the rail transport, the buses transport? That is something that's very crowded.
Long distance buses going from to far off cities, interstate buses, planes, they are keeping distance. They are not selling themselves fully. Local trains or local buses, they are being sanitized every day, and they have been sanitized so thoroughly, and you are not allowed to enter any bus or any subway station without, if you're not wearing a mask, you're not allowed.
All buses, all trains, every compartment, they have a sanitizer. People pump in when they come in. Everything is done.
Earlier, you must have seen, that at 9 o'clock when the offices start, the 8 o'clock trains and everything, they are jam packed. So just to avoid all the jam pack and to create distancing, they spread out the opening times of.
And suppose you start at 9, everybody starts, then they made batches in the office. You come at 9, you come at 9:30. So accordingly, all offices did that. So automatically, the rush hour was reduced.
Now, since Korea is the hub of technology, so tell us, how has Korean government used technology to control the spread?
They, in fact, took a lot of help from cell phone, mobile signalings. They could actually figure out what was your location, exact
Credit
location.
card.
And especially when it happens, credit card, as she also said, especially when it happens, you were in some area where there were some suspected cases of corona, and when they wanted to find out who all were there and they wanted to track everybody's routes, they took the help of technology to find out that at that given time where there was the main suspect of a prime suspect over there, who all were in the vicinity. So they took that information, then they contacted that person. They knew everything because of the technology, knew who are in his family. They went on and tested his family, and they also.
And then they did contact tracing. That's the main thing. They did contact tracing. That the family met whom? That family that they went for a lunch. They went met certain people. Then those people from the lunch, they met certain people. So like that, they did fully contact tracing.
So it
was like a chain of.
They used your credit card information. They used your CCTV footage and everything. That what was your route, who were around you. So they took all the information put together to check what was your route, what was your behavior while you were found close to a suspect, and how safe are you.
Great. So I think this will work very well with the Korean residents. But let's talk about immigrants, especially the illegal immigrants. Weren't they very scared कि यार corona report किया तो deport कर देंगे हमको, so let's not report corona? How did the government handle that?
Very good question. I'll tell you, it's a really very good question, and Korean government did think about it. These illegal immigrants, fear that they live with of deportation, they would never come forward and get themselves tested. So Ministry of Health went ahead announcing,
please come forward, do not hesitate, we are not going to report you.
Do not fear of any deportation.
Deportation, yes. They were very, very clear.
And it worked very well.
It worked.
Okay, that is seriously very, very thoughtful of the government to do that. The recent incident that happened in Seoul, that was about the super spreader. How did Korean government handle that?
We live in Itaewon where this happened, and there are many bars and many restaurants and many pubs and nightclubs which were never shut during this lockdown. Of course, as I said earlier, people used to not go. But since it was getting a little relaxed, then the youngsters, being young, they started going, they started visiting. Unfortunately or fortunately, this poor guy, he had it, he did not know. He happened to be the super spreader, of course, unintentionally. And whoever was in the Itaewon area from those particular dates, the government started messaging because the cases went up and they were in certain pubs and restaurants where they did not declare, their real name or the real phone number. So it was difficult to track the people down. So the government was left with no choice but to message every single person. I went to do my nails in a nail bar, which is in a pub area. Now I was there stationary for an hour and a half. And I did not pay by the card, I paid by cash. So they knew by my network, phone network, कि मैं वहाँ पे थी, लेकिन कहाँ थी, they did not know. So that's why they kept messaging me that, hello, please, if you think any symptoms, go and get tested. So I thought that was wonderful.
Anybody during those dates
Also visited Itaewon, yes.
Yeah, they all were given a free test.
Free testing. Just come and get tested,
yes.
free. Yeah.
Again, so I think the best use of technology coming into place here, to find a lot of people and thereby controlling the spread.
Like how you have Arogya Setu in India, even in Korea also, we have our own app. Any visitor to Korea who visits Korea, it's mandatory that he would definitely have to download the app. And then they have strict punishments as well, like if you are disobeying a quarantine laws and everything.
A few have been deported also because they had broken the law about 2 or 3 times. Or then if it's a Korean citizen, they have to pay a heavy fine. The people who come from abroad, they have to download a particular app when they enter the country. So then because they have come from abroad, but locally I was getting the messages without any app, just network and my credit card payments. That's it. So isn't that even more wonderful? Without an app also, they're tracking you.
Yeah. Without an app, they knew whether you are a potential risk or not.
Right. Awesome. So let's just come down to a very household problem in India right now. Because of the complete knockdown, house help nahi aa rahi thi. I'm not sure about your world that if you have the house helps there as well. We can't do without our buys out here. So how is that seen right now in Korea?
Yeah, no, here also it was a big issue because of course everybody was afraid because even if the buy is coming, maybe she's gone somewhere, she has been in contact with A, B and C, and again we don't know. So then many households, they stopped their maids from coming home. They used to do everything, which was very, very tough, especially if you have school going children. And if again a double more responsibility if it's a working woman, so she has to attend to her job, she has to attend to the kids having online classes plus attend the kitchen. So naturally husbands have to help out. No choice. And everybody then saw the bigger picture that there was no other option. Have to go ahead.
Yes.
Have to.
All right. So, before we end the session, can you, do you just have a few advice for the people out here in India to, how to be safe? Because Corona to yahan pe abhi bhi hai.
The only way to fight this virus is that you have to build your immune system very, very strong. So for that,
eat well, you have to stay positive, stay healthy, have a good sleep, and safe distance for sure, mask for sure. I think we have to just learn to accept it and now take each day as it comes.
Yes.
That's it.
And anything you want to say about something what your president would have told you during such times?
He gave a very good advice saying that the world is praising our efforts and everything, but it will be over when it's over. It's not yet over.
Got it.
So don't be relaxed. Keep on your guard. Keep your alerts on.
Be vigilant all the time.
Be vigilant all the time. That's right.
Bang on advice. Thank you so much for coming on our show. This gives us a lot of hope that new normal alag zarur hai, but itna bura nahi hai. In uncertain times बहुत कुछ change होने वाला है और एक चीज जो सबसे ज्यादा change होगी, that is our visits to the doctors. Do you want to know how? Then stay tuned for our next episode with the smile maker, Dr. Sohail Daswani. Until then, stay home, stay safe, and keep smiling.